everyone, it's Faye. Welcome back to my channel. Here you'll find all things design, which include architecture, interior design, as well as art. You'll also find tips and tricks and DIYs to help you create and curate the spaces you love, as well as maximizing your modest spaces. Today I had the pleasure of going to an interior design showroom in Virginia. So while we've been stuck in quarantine, I've been trying to find ways to be more creative and more proactive in my interior design and architecture search. I found this amazing event on Eventbrite called ASPIRE House McLean. So I took a trip there today, and if you want to see how that went, keep on watching. Aspire Design and Home partnered with construction group Artisan Builders and architecture firm Harrison Design on the ASPIRE House McLean Designer Show House to benefit first responders of the current pandemic. The funds raised also help provide support for aspiring design talent from underrepresented communities throughout the world in support of diversity in the industries of architecture, interior design, construction, and beyond. The September 2020 show house is set on nearly an acre of land. The two-story, 17-room residence is inspired by the classical elements of Monticello and its historical style of the 16th century Venetian architect Andrea Palladio. The 30 designers that were selected were allowed free reign over their designs. No prompts, no themes. The creativity shown through these spaces ranged from polished and sleek to extravagant and bold. While I was there, a few of the designers were present and were willing to explain their design process to me and what inspired them to pick the furnishings, artwork, and fabrics of their assigned room. The entry foyer was a beautiful display of soft glam, with the touches of pink and silver on the wall, pendant lighting, and the entry table. I also loved the playfulness of the wallpaper, which set the mood for the entire house. The library was a sleek, quiet space that felt even more cozy with the all-black paint. The neutral furniture was a welcome contrast to the space. The powder room was also sleek and fun, with geometric shapes for the fixtures. The gallery was a beautiful display of art and prepared your eyes for the amazing prints and colors that would be seen throughout the house. This piece was my personal fave, and I have it as a screensaver on my phone. As you continue down the hallway, you are led to the master suite wardrobes for both the man and the woman of the house. The woman's wardrobe is a walk-in U-shaped cove with a light neutral base, cool tone wood accents, and gold trim that displays a sense of elegance. The man's wardrobe goes for a darker feel while still keeping the coordinating accent trim, but in silver. It looks sleek, and the cove lighting on the shelves elevates the wardrobe experience. Across the hall from the man's wardrobe is the master bathroom. I was immediately in awe of the stunning design of this space. There were so many textures that complemented each other, from the wood shelves and the fur pillows to the porcelain tile and stone statues. The design was clean but not sterile. Now this is where I had to stop myself from going crazy because look at how cozy and bright this master bedroom is. I was awestruck by that view alone. I'm impressed by how much I enjoyed this majority black and white interior, but I loved how the designer incorporated color with the accessories and artwork along the 3 walls. As we move on from the master bedroom, we start to approach the main living and dining spaces of the house. I can truly say that the family room was a standout room for me. Any room that brings in natural materials and has amazing daylight opportunities is a win in my book. The room feels so warm and cozy, and I would entertain here all the time. The dining room was a stunning display of opulence and grandeur. The arched vaulted ceiling alone elevated the space, but the material selections took it up a notch. Pairing vibrant shades of blue, pink, and green with the lovely patterns on the wall and seating created a cohesive and visually pleasing palette. Now this is my dream kitchen. The minimalist coffered ceiling alone was a selling point for me. The breakfast nook is so cozy and bright in terms of the captured daylight and the artwork. I can't even begin to tell you how much hidden storage these islands have, and the integrated smart TV wall is a plus. The sleek design boasts for you to indulge in all of the hosting festivities. We now make our way to the main entry level and laundry room. This entry serves as the entry-exit from the garage pad, which we'll see at the end of the tour. It's an elevated and playful look to the notion of a mudroom. The fun wallpaper encourages me to enjoy the time I'm doing my chores there. The living room was another standout room for me. Everything about this room gave me European hospitality. Once again, the coffered ceiling with the accent paint created a beautiful contrast with the floor-to-ceiling window curtains that overall gave this room an expensive feel. This room was made for a tea party or gossip session for sure. Now it's time to explore the second floor. I think a great way for anyone to start creating a palette of colors for a space is with a piece of art, and that is one of the reasons why I enjoyed this stairwell/hallway space. You'll see more of it in a moment. This bedroom gave me enchanted garden vibes. The soft green walls and pink canopy bed were a beautiful composition and a great example of using complementary colors on the color wheel to design a space. I'm a sucker for plants in a room too, so this was a very pleasant touch. I also loved how the plant and garden motif were carried through the window treatments, closet, and bathroom. Across the hall is a bold study room that is another standout room for me. Monochrome spaces are absolutely stunning, but amping up the contrast with a commanding graphic wallpaper truly livened up the space, although it might be distracting for some people. As I promised, here's a better look at the hallway gallery space. It overlooks the dining room and ties the navy color back into the gallery with the furniture, rug, and art. Now we move on to the two other guest bedrooms on this level. This one had a similar garden motif, and I appreciated how you were greeted by the statue as you entered. The custom mirror and the all-green bathroom were my favorite parts of this room. The third guest bedroom on this level was my favorite. I was a huge fan of the color and patterns throughout the room. The bed has a strong presence in the space, but doesn't distract you from everything else going on. In fact, the art and the patterns on the different pieces in the room catch your eye even more. More and more details popped out at me the more I took the time to explore. I would have never thought to use rugs as artwork, but I might have to keep that in mind for a future project. The guest bathroom was classically styled and gave your eyes a rest from the vibrancy of the bedroom. I did appreciate the hexagonal floor tile. Now we head down to the basement. To everyone that's still watching, I want to let you know that the rooms that you're about to see are the reasons why I bought my ticket to come to this show house. A design mentor of mine reposted one of the rooms while it was almost done being set up, and I knew I had to see it in person. We first start out with the vestibule. Now, underneath the stairs is an area that's often ignored in design, but I loved how this designer carried the design from this beautifully thought out resting nook over to that space as well. The rose flowers contrast the stone sculpture and the reupholstered mint antique chair excellently. This powder room was a fun reminder of how you can showcase a client's hobbies. That trophy and authentic car hood were from a real race that a friend of the designer let her borrow for this showroom. The salon was a neutral resting place for guests to mingle and converse over drinks that they would get from this dark and moody wine bar. The cove lighting along the textured walls draws your eye to the stunning display of wine bottles and beautifully organized drinkware behind the dining table. This room gave me great Gatsby vibes, but more refined and muted than the colors mostly used in the Roaring '20s. Now this was the room that sold me when I saw the event page on Instagram. The recreation room has many design aspects that I love. Soft toned wood panels, punchy colors that aren't too saturated, mixed prints and patterns throughout the space, and beautiful contrasting textures in the furniture and display pieces. It was an amazing display of so many different pieces that came together in harmony. I love the fact that the billiards room was able to take motifs from the rec room while still holding its own vibe. It allows itself to be a welcoming, chill space away from the activity in the other rooms. We are in the final guest bedroom of this house. This one has a similar plant motif as the two previous guest rooms, but feels more sophisticated in the way it's being used here. I'm a fan of the plaid contrasting curtain framing the headboard and canopy, as well as the art wall and lounge chairs. I like how the desk and study area is also well defined and creates 3 distinct zones in this room, to rest, read, and sleep. Before I left, I had to go back and check the outdoor space that was framed by the master bedroom, family room, and kitchen on the main level. This backyard is perfect for hosting friends and family. I'm a huge fan of natural elements incorporated into the built environment, so I was immediately drawn to the garden, waterfall, and the fire pit. There are amazing views throughout this outdoor space that command just as much attention as the inside. As I left through the main entry and laundry room, I truly did not expect the garage pad to be designed as beautifully as it was. This room was the final standout room, and you can clearly see why. The coastal design made you feel like you were on a concrete beach. There were so many areas to lounge and play, and I honestly wish that I could have taken this whole room in my car with me. Of course, this room would be mostly used during the warmer months, but it was still a stunning oasis in this home. My favorite features were the reading tent, the warm wooden accents everywhere, from the light fixture to the woven art pieces on the wall, and the lounge seating area. ASPIRE House McLean exceeded my expectation of this experience. The designers that were picked did an outstanding job, and I can't wait for the next one in this area. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and leave a comment about which room was your favorite. I also tagged the interior designers and the architects down below. If you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I make my weekly uploads. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.